turmeric garlic astropods, popped water lily seeds, and they were pretty good.
Birthday wish list. I have all of my supplies sitting on my desk ready for me to use in the morning so I can get ready. I washed my makeup brushes and now they're drying near the window. These are some books that I have right now. This is my altar. Right now it's not an altar.
We're just trying to love one another. It's probably the funniest thing ever. I was like, you have to see something, but it's
Today was a long and adventurous day. This is the end of the day. We had an appointment earlier this morning with our wax lady. Cheek to cheek. Check them out if you're ever in the area. We've been wanting to go to the African American Museum here in Los Angeles for a really long time.
That's how bad do it.
Sean's been craving ice cream, so I thought it would be a good idea.
Dear Bella, once named Cocoa Bella, but now Dear Bella Creamery, and we're about to get ice cream.
Now I'm home. I think the plan is to make dinner. We stopped by Whole Foods and grabbed stuff to make grilled cheeses and some soup, some vegetable soup, and just wind down. I've been drinking lots of caffeine lately. I'm starting to accept that when I have caffeine, it doesn't just affect me for the day or the evening or the night, it also affects me the next day and it affects my sleep. I randomly have been waking up at like 3 a.m. or I randomly will wake up at 7 a.m. Even if I'm still waking up at 3, I'll wake up again at 7 a.m. So I've just been a bit of a night owl. My dream state has been extremely vivid and enlightening and crazy as it always is, but very intensely this Aries season. Caffeine isn't just affecting me for the day, it's affecting my, especially anxiety levels the next day. Also my motivation. It's nice because I'm very motivated, but when it's time to be still, I feel little bits of anxiety here and there. So I'm still working through that. Spring has been pleasant thus far. It's only been like a week or two. Make sure you guys check out this video. Hopefully it's up by now. Check that out, make some dinner, maybe read a little bit before bed, and then I will check in with you guys tomorrow.
I'm baby today. I know, I think we're probably, well, it's almost that time. It's almost moon time.
You need me to hold your hand?
Yeah. We were sitting under that, it was a Hong Kong orchard tree, symbolic of wisdom. And it said that if you take a leaf from the tree and and use it as a bookmark. It will bring you luck in your studies. The flower, which is this is the name of the flower. I'm not gonna attempt to say it. Symbolizes peace.
And we saw a snake.
And we saw a snake.
And I almost sat on it because
Yeah.
I was about to try to grab a leaf off the tree, but I was gonna sit. And I looked down, it was right by my foot.
Shren was laying, and he was like, not but what, a couple feet away.
Like 2 feet. Inside like the bottom of the tree and like its roots.
It was so comfortable and calm.
Yeah, he just didn't move. I also been people watching today. There's kids here going to prom.
High school feels like another universe.
Yeah.
Feels like it existed in a parallel reality.
Also had to remind myself like I'm not a kid anymore, you know.
Can't believe how moisturized this setting spray was. I have no makeup on, but I just wanted to try it.
You put your setting spray on?
Yeah.
I did too.
As a
That's
moisturizer.
weird. I put mine on top. So mine kept my skin matte. Mine's matte.
Wow. How did
Yours
you
is
pick that out perfectly?
Dewy.
I like dewy, but it's like on camera it looks kind of crazy.
Yeah,
But
because I have very like naturally oily skin, so I
Yeah.
like it to be like more matte. I want it to look more matte.
I'm glad that I went back and took notes on the chapters that I had already read. I always start taking notes in books and then I stop. So this book, I'm excited to actually do it all the way through. I always like, oh, I'm gonna go back and take notes, but I never do. So I did that this time.
These families are so cute.
So what do you think we'll do for the rest of the day?
Something that's gonna help me relax my thoughts. Maybe dinner for sure.
Here's some I am affirmations that you can journal down. Do you want to say an I am affirmation?
I am allowed to change. I like that one.
There you have it, folks. Shren and I picked up some sage on the way home. We were still hungry, so we had a couple vegetables and some sausages, and I just threw that in the oven. Just took a really calming bath and did this meditation. I will link it down below and you can check it out. I don't know if you can hear that, but that is the oven is going off right now. And we'll check in with you in the morning. Shren and I are going to hit up the gym. Last summer around this time, we started working out at home. If you were watching the vlogs from last year around this time, you'll see me working out in my room, doing ballet in my room. It taught us to really utilize what we had on hand, and it was really beautiful. Now I feel very confident in doing things by myself. We got our membership back, and Shren and I go almost every day. A solid routine that makes us feel like we are taking our optimum care of our body. Having a boundary between where I rest and where I play and where I work is important to me at this time. We tried out a new hot yoga studio, which was really great. It was interesting. There's a lot of opinions on hot yoga, especially in the West, how we've kind of turned yoga into this fitness guru type of thing. We've made it a lot about aesthetics, which it is about aesthetics, but above all else, it is about connecting with your spirit, with your higher enlightenment, with your higher being, aligning your body, aligning yourself, reconnecting with the body and the breath, everything, aligning, you know, giving yourself some grace. I had come across this information at the same time that we had began taking classes, and it said that shamans would sit in a tent with a fire, creating like a sauna, or not a fire, but like some sort of heat, go into the tent for enlightenment. The heat and the sweating brought a higher connection, but also brought their patients into the dance healing. I thought that was really interesting. When you're pushing your body to its limits and in the heat, you connect with this really wonderful, deep part of yourself. I'm really comfortable in that space. It just reminded me that there are other people who, you know, validate that within self, and so I really felt like I found my peoples. I'm excited about continuing on with that as well, building a schedule for myself that supports me and supports who I am as a person. Lately, I've been reading this Dance as Activism, as you've seen in the very beginning of this video. I think that's something I want to start, like a little ritual I want to start with my vlogs, is advertising what I'm reading. Obviously, as always, what I'm into, but what I'm reading specifically, and trying to put in the special bits so I can watch this back and think like, oh yeah, that's what I learned, and that's where I picked up that information. And then it reminds me too, like if I ever need to come back to this book, I will. It gets to a point where like you've read so many, renting them, I'm borrowing them, so it's like I want to be able to come back and pick them up if I need to. Similar to the last book that I read and I mentioned in my birthday, what I learned in my 20s video. Creating art is a form of survival. You really have to be willing to be this medium through which things flow. I don't know why I'm getting emotional as I say this. This medium through which things flow, and things meaning your environment, what's happening, whether it be personally, but also on a large scale. And it's hard. Reading this book is reminding me that it's so worth it. And there's so many people who have put everything on the line in order to create change. For example, Pearl Primus, she literally has a dance called Hard Times, look it up. And then you have Martha Graham, Anna Sacklum. A lot of their work is around the depression of their era and how we as people sometimes don't want to acknowledge what's happening around us affects us. So art is a way to look into those things. And it's such a beautiful way to transmute that energy, spread awareness. Dana Mills, who is the author of this book, talks a lot about alienation and solidarity, which are two completely opposite things. How alienation, especially when you can see all the things that are wrong with the system or things that are wrong within your environment, your immediate response sometimes is to withdraw and to isolate. And she stresses, especially when it comes to dance, it should be a unifying thing, to the point where even if you can't dance, you should still be able to participate, whether that's through study or sharing information. She talks a lot about how alienation supports structural oppression, how solidarity is a way to combat alienation. Just because you disagree with the times or your environment, you still belong to society. You can operate within it without conforming to it. Each woman that she named, each choreographer that she named, I felt was a great example of that. I did insert that mini clip of the meditation, which again is linked down below. I really hope you check it out. I think the transition from winter, which represents death, into spring, which represents new life, brings about a lot of fear because it is a deeply transformative period. Every year I feel like I'm giving birth to a brand new version of myself, and sometimes it's hard to get to know that person because you have to forgive the old version of yourself in order to meet that person, which can feel really hard, and it brings up a lot of resentment within me, and I'm working on self-forgiveness. I should also mention that I began editing this video and as I was working, I actually started getting my period, which was like 4 days early. So I'm very emotional. My creativity is peaking, but also my wisdom is peaking. So it's just a lot. I'm receiving a lot at this time. It's very beautiful, just really intense. Check out this video on my how I cultivate feminine magnetism. When we are living in a state of fear, we are in denial of ourselves, our reality. That is one point that she makes within the book. She says, fear of life itself, of being a full human being relating to other human beings. Overcome these fears because it blocks our unity. It blocks us relating to one another, and that blocks our ability to help one another. Within self, it also creates that same division. It keeps you apart from some of your best qualities, from integrating the bits that you need in order to move forward. It really stops us from seeing our full self, our full potential. Hopefully create a large collective here within this platform where we can make pretty things and transmute pain into something wonderful. Just as these choreographers have done, just as the artists within the museum have done. And even without profit, art serves such a huge medium where we can tell our stories. There's a lot of people who are on this wave. There are a lot of people who are in touch with the real reality, the true reality. And it's not crazy to have a voice, have an opinion, to stand up for what you believe in. So continue to pour into what makes you feel free, what makes you feel true. I'm going to do a really, really deep, yummy stretch. It's been really making me feel so connected to my beautiful, beautiful body, my medium, my tool of expression. If you guys want to do a little stretch with Sharon and I, make sure you check out this video and take your time. Make sure you find a quiet place, burn some incense, really set the mood. It'll get you right. Remembering how much I do love my body. I love dressing my body. I love caring for my body, putting makeup on my body. The little rituals that we do, capturing that is a part of my art form at this time. I'm grateful for this experience and this body and this lifetime, and to be called Tyra. Sorry, I'm getting emotional, but to be named Tyra and getting to demonstrate who Tyra is and what she's made of and what she's interested in and what she's determined to create for herself. So yeah, check out more of our videos, more of our content, and have a great day, night, evening. Stay true, stay blessed. Love you guys. Goodbye.